Please remember to post a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you can always get my latest travel videos. Sunday morning, I promised you a view of Paris, scenic view, so I'm going to flip the picture. There you can see Paris, and this is from Sacré-Cœur. This is the view of Paris, France, from quite a height. From Sacré-Cœur, you can clearly see the Eiffel Tower. You can also see the business district of Paris over there. So the view I've been showing you is from Montmartre and Sacré-Cœur.
Sacré-Cœur Basilica is a Roman Catholic church dedicated to the Sacred Heart of Christ. Sacré-Cœur is the second most popular tourist site in Paris after the Eiffel Tower. Completed in 1914, its construction took 40 years and used 5 different architects.
This is the church that I showed you yesterday from Musée Orsay up on the hill. And we're going to explore a little bit more of Montmartre and give you a bit of the history of this area, recent history. And I'm going to see if I can go in there. I couldn't talk in the church, so I can only videotape. That's why I was so quiet. So down here you can see what Montmartre looks like, which means Mountain of Martyrs.
Montmartre, or Mountain of Martyrs, is a 430-foot high hill in northern Paris. Montmartre gets its name from the legend that Saint Denis, the patron saint of Paris, was beheaded there by the Romans. The Montmartre area has featured in the films Moulin Rouge, Amélie, and An American in Paris.
Next to Sacré-Cœur, you have these beautiful little streets which have tiny little cafes and mostly souvenir shops because this is a fairly touristy area. It's kind of cute. To Sacré-Cœur, where I was, you can take a funicular. It costs 1 metro ticket to go up, but it also costs 1 metro ticket to go down. But the best way to come down is just use these stairs, and it's actually very scenic. 10 in the morning, and Montmartre is packed with tourists. This is the main roadway to get to the Sacré-Cœur, so keep that in mind. Everything in Paris is packed with tourists. Just a few steps away, about 15 minutes walk from Sacré-Cœur, you've got the Moulin Rouge.
The Moulin Rouge is an iconic cabaret in Montmartre, known as the birthplace of the Can-Can. The Moulin Rouge features in the popular movie of the same name. The Moulin Rouge is surprisingly expensive. It will cost you 90 euros minimum to see a show, as well over 200 euros if you want dinner. And those are the cheapest tickets.
Moulin Rouge was originally a dinner club on the outskirts of the city, founded in 1889. And it is the original place where the Can-Can dance was founded. The area is still quite seedy, so it's kind of maintained the same character as the place it was back in 1889. Montmartre, there is the Cemetery de Montmartre, which is where you see that windmill in the distance, and that you see that arch gateway. That's the entrance to the cemetery. And there you will see famous artists' tombs or burial places of Edgar Degas, Francois Truffaut, who was a film director, Emile Zola, the writer, and also Pierre Cardin, the fashion designer. They're all buried there. The cute places here in Montmartre is this square Jihan Rictus, and they have a wall where they have 150 different ways to say I love you in all the languages of the world. It's kind of a cute thing. It's a tourist attraction. We're now quite far from Montmartre. We're in one of the older sections of Paris. It's called the Latin Quarter. Saint-Germain is the area. Saint-Germain and Latin Quarter. Interesting place. It's where a lot of old Paris was. This is the university area, and I'm going to show you some cool things. This is the École Nationale Supérieure des Beaux-Arts. This is the main fine art school in Paris. Famous graduates from here have been Renoir, Degas, and Monet, just to name a few. As I said, this is the Latin Quarter, and the reason why it's called the Latin Quarter is not because a lot of Spanish people lived here, but because this was the refined area of Paris where they spoke Latin. This school was established in 1671.
The École des Beaux-Arts is located across the Seine from the Louvre. The school owns 450,000 works of art and historical books, covering many art genres.
This is the Saint Sulpice Church. 1646 is when it started, and it is the second largest church next to Notre Dame here in Paris. We're going to try to go inside and see how big it really is. I'm inside. It's pretty big. 1646. It's an old church. Probably one of the oldest I've ever been in. But it is pretty large. You turn right away from Saint Sulpice, you'll get to see this. This is the Palace de Luxembourg, which is the home of the French Senate. It was once a former royal castle within Paris, built by Louis XVI, and now it's the Senate. Just in behind the Palais de Luxembourg, which is the Senate building, around the corner is the entrance to this beautiful park. It's called Jardin de Luxembourg. So Palais de Luxembourg and Jardin de Luxembourg. Obviously, this was the king's private garden at one time.
The name Luxembourg comes from the House of Luxembourg, a medieval royal dynasty. Members of the House of Luxembourg ruled as kings of Germany, Hungary, and Croatia, as well as being the Holy Roman Emperors.
You should come here for a few reasons. Number one, it's the largest public park in the Latin Quarter. Number two, you'll notice that it's all full of locals, unlike what you saw in the Jardin de Tuileries, which was full of tourists. The third reason is they have a free toilet right there, and it's clean and it's well serviced. In the center of the Jardin de Luxembourg, you have this replica statue of the Statue of Liberty, which of course the French gifted to the United States. And there's a few copies, including one inside the Musée Orsay that I didn't show you. But an artist designed it basically about this big. And then Gustave Eiffel, the guy who created the Eiffel Tower, engineered it so that this massive thing could be built structurally and was presented to the United States. The main area of the Jardin de Luxembourg, you can see it's an absolutely gorgeous park, beautifully manicured trees, and it's all just full of locals. And of course a beautiful palace on the other side, which is part of the Senate. Probably the most beautiful fountain you're going to see in all of Paris is located right here in the Jardin de Luxembourg. And back here is the Senate of France. And there's the garden. pretty neat find.
That's all for today from the Palace of Luxembourg. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more from Paris. Please subscribe, post a like, and hit the notification bell for future videos.